Alright everyone, welcome in one more time. Sorry about that. We had some issues with the last run. But this time, I've verified there will be no problems. So, starting off with the town of Portis, we're going to start off with some dirt roads. I've already placed down a 1-unit 2-lane road so that we can unlock them. We're going to first connect that. We're going to deal with some snow this time around. Just because it adds some more gameplay elements. It's a little more interesting to watch. We'll do a 10 by 10 grid. Well, let's actually fix that. We'll just get rid of Lee Drive there. Sorry, Lee Drive. And the first thing we're going to do, of course, as always, is throw in some housing development. We're going to want to change this later on, but this is how cities normally develop, right? We don't want to make this knowing that we're going to have a city, right? We want to make this as natural as possible so that we can have that natural development. We can deal with that traffic and other issues that arise later on. So we're just going to throw some housing in, kind of willy-nilly all over the place. We know this is going to cause traffic, but we're not worried about it. We'll throw some commercial in over here, and we will set up some roads for expansion because we know we're going to expand. That way we don't have to tear down buildings later. So let's meander a road on down here. You know what? No, we're going to build a power plant just in the middle of everything. Let's do a coal power plant. Let's extend us a little industry area over here. And we'll have a commercial buffer zone between these so that we're not causing issues, right? So we want a commercial buffer zone so the pollution does not affect the residential as much. So we'll do a nice commercial zone here. Do it 8 if I counted correctly. And then we'll do industry right there. And we'll just kind of fill this up with industry. As such, we'll do some more low density commercial and some more low density residential, just like that. We do want a 4x4, just like that. So, in our industrial zone, we'll put a power plant. I like to start off with coal. Coal's the way to go. We'll get some water going. We'll get some sewage going. We'll run our pipes. Pipes go under roads, ladies and gentlemen, always. That's how it is in real life. That's how it's going to be in our city. Just like that. We'll run some power lines from our power plant on down. Just like that. Now, you can see when we hit play, we're going to be hemorrhaging money. But that's alright. We're going to speed this up so we can get people to start moving in. Wonderful. And they start building over there, which means we are going to need to run power. So let's pop a little power pole down there. Run it across over to here. Just like that. Notice I'm making sure that we're not interrupting our build area off of our roads like such. I do that to make sure the buildings can still pop up as they need to be. That way we don't interfere with that, right? We don't want to interfere with that at all because that can actually affect our population growth and affect how many buildings we need. So you can see down here these 3 bars. These are our demand for residential, commercial, and industrial respectively. There's residential. You can see our demand is going down because we're building houses. When we expand this out, we're going to start doing more corner stores instead of districts. That way we can kind of keep everything balanced. Everybody has a good way, a good proximity to a commercial zone. So we're going to need to expand already and very rapidly. So let me count this. How many is this? This 5, so we need to do 5 out. We're going to keep a uniform grid. Just like that. Once you've established your grid size, you can't really change from it. Unless you just did what I did. made a mistake. And we'll be upgrading these roads later on. Right now is not the time. See, dirt roads are plenty enough for what we're doing. So we're going to need to expand out some more residential. So that's what we'll do right here. And back here, this is all going to be resi. And we'll leave it sped up for a little bit, and we'll just kind of watch it develop. You can see there's people out and about, there's people moving, there's money being made here. Industry's doing well. I can't wait till we can adjust taxes. That's going to be a good one. I have the City Vitals mod installed. It's one of the only ones I kept. And UUI, of course, because you need that. Unified UI. You need that for City Vitals. But you can see our availability of electricity, water, sewage, landfill usage, garbage processing. Of course, we don't have that yet. We haven't unlocked it. But we will here shortly if we continue at this rate. There we go. We got our first milestone, Little Hamlet. So we've reached a population of 340, and speak of the devil, there's a landfill site, snow dump, recycling center, community school, elementary school, and medical clinic. So let's slow this game down real quick and get some of this stuff put in. Already I'm noticing an issue. These guys up here, they don't have water yet. So let's go ahead and get them some water. Forgot to expand that out for them. They have plenty of electricity availability. We can actually get rid of some of these power poles that we had earlier, because now everything's connected via the grid, right? So we don't have to worry about those power poles being in the way and taking maintenance cost and all that fun stuff anymore. So let's go ahead and get a medical center in. We'll pop that right down here in the commercial district. Everybody's super happy about that. Let's get a landfill going. So let's extend out our industrial a little bit. Industrial, I like to do smaller grid blocks. No particular reason. I just think it fits industrial a little better to have smaller grid blocks. "10 by 10 by 10. Oh. Alrighty, so that's a little janky and weird. So let's fix that. 10 by 10. There we go. Alright, let's get our garbage going. We're going to need that for sure. So we'll put that right here so we're not polluting anybody. We could do a recycling center, but we're not at that point yet where we can really afford to give our city the luxuries. Where is a snow center? We'll have to deal with that in a little bit. Right now I'm not seeing any snow build up on the roads, so we should be fine for a little while. All of our water is being satisfied. That makes everybody happy, happy, happy. See, we're growing at 108 people per week. We've got a very high approval rating from our people. This is a good city to live in. It's very, very nice. Once we hit our next milestone, we will unlock police station, fire department, all that fun stuff. You know what I didn't put down? I did not put down a school. So we need to do that so we can have some educated citizens. Just like that. Education does a couple things for your city. One, it allows your buildings to level up, which is always a huge bonus. Now, if you like the look of a certain building and you don't want it to level up, you can always go into it just like this here and click historical building. So we'll keep that one a historical building, because when this eventually grows into skyscrapers, we want that to stay the same. That guy does not want to sell his house at all. See these little money signs popping up everywhere? That means the city's being profitable. It's making good money. Let's zone out some more industrial over here. We'll zone it next to and behind the power plant. And let's begin to extend out our residential as well. So we did not really think this through, because this is an interesting map. There's a world border right there. So that's going to make things a little finicky for us. But all that residential is covered. So let's do something a little odd, okay, and kind of curve our grid. starting here. So I'll go into my curved road tool, and I'll pop out. Try and get as close as possible to that world border without going over it. And then from there, I believe I can just make a straight line and grid it out. Well, that's not quite straight, is it? That is. Does that look straight? So we had them 24 by 10. And that's almost perfect there. So now we can begin to extend this grid further. So 24 by 10. Nice 90-degree angles. We enjoy that. So let's expand out with some more residential. And we'll actually build in little commercial blocks right there, just like that. So we'll have little corner stores in this neighborhood, and that will help traffic later on. So you can see we're expanding pretty rapidly. That's always a good sign when you're starting a new city, if you begin to expand incredibly rapidly. It also could be a bad sign, given we may not be ready for all that expansion yet with the money that we have at the moment. So let's speed it up and see what happens. See if new people will begin to move in. Oh, one thing I completely forgot. Got to put water in. And we'll actually come straight off this one here. Remember, water goes under the road. That's where pipes go. That's where we leave it. Just like that. And you can see people are already developing this new area. Let me, before people develop too far, let me go ahead and make some roads to extend out our grid. That way we're not having to tear people's houses down and pissing them off. Let's exit out of this view. Put it in 3 times speed and just see what happens. I'll let y'all watch this for just a second. I'm going to grab a glass of water. I'll be right back. So that was a quick glass of water. But we're back. I see some beautiful development popping up. We might be able to connect this side of the grid as well. We're now a worthy village. We've just made our next milestone. So we get quite a few new things. We can actually do our policies now. Self-sufficient buildings, police station, firehouse, high-capacity elementary school. We've unlocked districts, which we're going to be using in this run. We're going to be doing some pretty cool stuff with that. Let's see. Let's go ahead and build a police station. And we'll build that kind of central. That way everybody can get covered. Just like that. And a fire station, and we'll build that next to the police station. That way everybody gets covered. And then we will do another medical center down on this end. Just like that. That way everybody in the city has access to police, fire, and healthcare. Now, we are making money, but we are spending it a lot faster than we're making it. So how do we fix that? Well, let's go into our policies menu. We have not unlocked taxation yet. So we cannot increase taxes and levy more taxes on the people of our city to make more money. So we're going to have to rely on something called a poor financial decision, also known as a bank loan, with incredibly high interest rates. So let's have a look here. We can take out 2 loans. One for $60,000 at 260 weeks with a 10% interest rate, so we'd be paying back $66,000. It would cost us $253 a week. Or we could take out a $20,000 loan for $403 a week and pay back $21,000. So that's an interesting predicament that we're in right now. I think the best option for us at the moment is going to be this $60,000 loan, because we are expanding rapidly. So we've taken a loan. We now have $62,000. Let's go ahead and use some of that money for the city and expand some things out. We're going to start by expanding our grid. And since we've got money now, we're just going to kind of run with it. $10 by $24. That's our grid size. And we'll throw in some variation so it's not just a grid here in a little bit, especially down here on this coastline. See, look at that. We made a little curve in our road, so we're not a perfect grid anymore. We'll expand out this housing. We'll do another little commercial segment over here. And then the rest will be housing. This time, we're not going to forget our water. We forgot last time. We're not doing it again. So the great thing about this 10 by 24 grid is as long as you stay under the roads, you're going to have perfect coverage. If you go... Oh, I guess we're not going to have perfect coverage right there. We'll have perfect coverage right here. So under the road right in the center, just to the left of the road on the inside and the outside grids, and then you have perfect coverage by your water pipes. So I guess that was a pretty good grid size to start. Let's extend this out over here as well and start expanding our industry, because we have some pretty good demand for that. And we're going to kind of need to veer the industry away. Oh, you know what we're going to have to do? We may put industry on this island over here. And the reason I say that, well, this is more the mainland. We may put industry on the mainland. We don't have a ton of building area to start off with. We have the other side of this highway over here that we could use. And I actually think we're going to do that. You know what? Let's make a decision. Let's make a poor decision. Let's go 20 units. Page up, page up. Page down. Alright, so now that'll be expansion for later. We have a nice bridge over the top of our highway. It runs straight out into a grid of 24 by 10. Okay, we're not going to be able to do that exactly. So we'll get rid of that for now. We'll probably start that grid on the other side. So we've got a little refund for our investment. Let's expand industry out this way for now. We're going to do big blocks. Just like that. And we're going to fill that with industry. Let's make sure we run our water this time. There we go. That's a little janky, but we'll take it. Hey, this is how cities naturally develop. It's not up to me. It's up to how they just naturally happen. So, we're building in new industry now. Let's speed this up and see what happens. See what demands we kind of raise. So cool to just watch the buildings pop in. This is a great choice for Throwback Thursday. I really, really, truly love this game. I have great memories with it. Nighttime. And we're having power issues. Why? We have power. We're not producing enough. So what we got to do is go right here into this power plant, adjust our budget. And we really only have the issue at nighttime, so let's bump that up to 120% during the nighttime and 105 during the day. And see if that helps. Looks like it may have solved our issue as we unlock our third milestone, Tiny Town. We've reached a population of 1,100. So what that does is that gives us a ton of new stuff. Gives us new roads, gives us new parks, because we are playing with the Parks DLC. So we can make a zoo, we can make parks, we can make a studio. I'm excited. I'm excited. We're going to play with that for sure. Let's see, we're still having power issues, so let's bump up the budget even more for the nighttime. We're actually going to just bump that straight up to 150. That'll give us room to expand later on. Alright, so that seems to have fixed the problem for sure. What's this guy doing? Looks like we either got a police chase or just a slow driver in our city. He's going to a call at the Cooper residence, and this guy won't get out of his way. Come on, Derek. Or Dexter. Move, man. Alright, so we have a pretty nice little city going for us right now. Let's go ahead and expand out. What do we need? What do we need? We need some commercial. We need some more industry. We've got room for industry. We'll run that parallel to the highway like that. And we only want one connection point over here. We don't want too many because that could cause some traffic issues, and we don't want to see that. Too many intersections too close to each other cause traffic. Let's check our water availability. We're going to need some of that. Just like so. Yeah, the water pipes in the industry area are pretty janky. We're not going to look at those. We'll just look at what we have in the residential and commercial areas. It's probably a little better off. We are expanding rapidly. We got more industry coming. We're going to need more commercial to keep up. So let's zone some more commercial. And we'll kind of do this on the outsides here, over by where the industry is, and that will protect us from pollution. But it's going to piss some people off, because commercial's kind of loud. That's not my problem. That's somebody else's problem. Alright, so a quick look at our statistics here. We are running 54 to 55 people per week that we're bringing into our city. We're bringing in $453 in revenue, in profit, every week. So we're not making a ton of money, but that's with all our expenses, our loans and everything. Wonder where I can see our budget. Ah, we can finally do taxes. We can actually bump these up to 10%. 11%, sorry. And what that's going to do, it's not going to piss people off, but it is going to make us some more money. And I believe the safe margin's 13%. So we're now making $705 a week. Just by bumping taxes a little bit. We're actually going up, making $793, $883. Cool. So we're making a lot more money per week now just by bumping those taxes up a little bit. Yeah, we're now in the quadruple digits. We're making $1,065 a week off taxes and just climbing, steady climbing. We're having more power issues, so we're going to need another power plant, whether we like it or not. So let's pop down another power plant over here. Alright. So we have another power plant. We no longer have that issue, so we can actually decrease the budget. Check the city vitals. Electricity availability is up there for sure. So we can actually drop this back down to 100%. Now we're still steady in the green, but we have a lot of room that we can play with, which is always a good thing. We like to have that wiggle room just in case something goes wrong. Let's close back out of that. Again, let me refill my glass of water. Just enjoy the scenery real quick as we watch this city expand. Alright, that was a quick glass of water yet again. Don't want to leave y'all waiting for too long. Alright, where were we? So, we still need a little bit of commercial, but we've got room for that. We're kind of at a standstill right now, so let's speed it up and see what happens. It wants me to build a pedestrian area. I'm not going to do that yet, not in this city. We don't have enough people to really tie into something like a pedestrian area. In case you're unfamiliar, a pedestrian area is a place where only walking people can go. They can go there, they can shop, they can live there, but they're not accessible by car. One thing I do want to look at, I want to look at our traffic overlay and see how we're doing. So right now we're still fine. We're not doing terribly. We're going to have a lot of traffic on this main road right here. Takes us... So let's try and add another road. Because that always fixes traffic, right? Houston, Texas? So we've added another road and nobody is taking it except for these two people. So we appreciate you. I think the best way to do this is to increase the size of this road down here, down the center. So let's go from a dirt road to a 4-lane road. And just upgrade this. There we go. Now let's see our traffic overlay and see if that helped at all. Oh yeah, that helped quite a bit. Still have kind of a bottleneck right here on our new road, so let's get rid of that road. We don't need it anyway. People can just continue their way around, or they can turn off right here. And I think we'll make this main road right here a 4-lane as well, since we have the capital and we have the availability. Alright, let's see. Oh, we just hit another milestone. What was it? We could actually buy this little parcel of land next to us right now. I'm not sure if we should yet. I mean, we're making money. Let's do it. Let's do it. So we bought this little parcel of land next to us, and that means that we can now expand further without encroaching upon our industrial district. So let's do that. We're going to go back to dirt roads. We have no reason to use anything else at the moment. So, let's get our straight line tool. 10 by 24, ladies and gentlemen. 10 by 24. 10 by 48 if you're doing long grids like I am at the moment. We're going to bisect all of these. Have no fear. We'll measure 24 across. Just like that. And we will expand out our water this time. See, we remember now. Expand all of that out. We're having power issues again, so let's go ahead and raise our power budget. So we can do that right here in the Finances tab. We're going to max it out to 150% because our city's growing too fast and I don't want to buy another power plant right now. So let's get some more low-density residential in here. Let's get some commercial as a buffer right there. And all low-density residential across here. And let's see how that pans out. So we will speed this back up. 3 times speed. Our power issue has been resolved. We're still growing. That low-density commercial was actually the first to move in, which is a huge bonus because that allows us to gap our bridge between the power connections. Look at them all pop up. We got 2 people without water over here for some reason. Everybody deserves water. Y'all go ahead. Looks like traffic's still doing fairly decently. Our demand for commercial is going down. Our demand for residential is at the bottom. Our demand for industry is starting to increase again. You know what? Let's do that. Let's prematurely build some more industry. And let's kind of refactor the way we have our power lines running. So let's pause the game so we're not destroying anything and cutting off water to the city or anything like that. And there we go. Those power lines will work just like that. Plenty fine. So let's run some roads here. Just like that. Let's fill that with industrial, like so. Beautiful, beautiful. And we'll do some more industry down here, leaving room for roads to expand. Just like that. Now that satisfies our need for industrial. Let's satisfy some of our need for commercial. So we'll build right on the outside of this busy street. Both of these busy streets. And we'll do some commercial right there. Is that a fire truck? It is. We got a fire truck hauling ass through the city. It's always a good nice thing to have. Better to have them and not need them than need them and not have them, right? Oh, we never built a graveyard. Let's find a graveyard. It'll be under medical, I believe. Here we go. Build a cemetery right here. One there. And one right here. That way everybody has access to a cemetery. Everybody has access to the morgue. It'll start sending hearses and we'll see those little bubbles go away. I love that it tells you the needs of your citizens so that you're not behind. Who should I call if no one shows up to pick up the dead? You know what? You go away. We don't need you. And we're having power issues again, so we're going to need another power plant. Something I was trying to avoid building, but here we go. This is a city of pollution, I suppose. Do we have anywhere we could build some green energy? No. So we'll do an advanced coal power plant. Just something a little more advanced. Produce a little more energy. Let's extend out our water. Try and normalize this because it is a mess right now. There we go. We have water. We have power. We're going to lower our power budget again. City Vitals says we do not lower our power budget. We continue at 150. It's costing us quite a bit of money per week, but we're still making over 4 digits, so we should be fine. Alright, let's see. What can we do next? We need more commercial, again. So let's pause this out. Let's plan out a pretty big chunk of our city. We've got about $64,000 to play with, so let's play with it. 10 units. 48 units. I counted wrong. That's okay. We'll do something with that. We'll expand that out. So in real life, cities, when they first start, usually build up around a highway. Just like this one. And the advantages to that are that you have more people coming in, right? So think Northeast for a moment. The Northeast actually developed, like the Turnpike, right? The Turnpike itself developed from a trade route. I thought that was pretty cool. And that trade route was... Everybody went on that trade route. That was a place, when the first trucks became available, that's where they went. And those stops, those railroad stations that were on there, on that trade route, became the basis for the Turnpike. So there's a cool little fact for you. Or I thought it was, anyway. We've added a little curve to our grid there. And then we're just going to keep expanding out. And we may add another little curve. You know what? We will. We'll beautify it just a little bit. Add another little curve right there. Straight line that on in. Just like that. So let's do some water. Which we're going to need. And I'm no longer bisecting these, you may have noticed. And just like that, we have water. Let's build an entire massive block of commercial right in the middle of this neighborhood. Followed by more neighborhood. Because who does not want to live in a place full of houses? See, our grid has expanded quite a bit. This is what we're looking at now versus when we started about 30 minutes ago. It's pretty insane. So let's have a look closer. Let's speed it up a little bit. See what happens. Yeah, that commercial is developing rapidly. But we've kind of killed the demand for that, so that's a good thing. Let's check our city vitals, because I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to need more electricity and more water soon. And I think it's looking that way. So we can actually still bump the budget up on the water. We have that capability for the moment. But we can no longer bump the budget on the electricity. We've maxed it out, so we're going to need more electricity for sure. Although, with all these people moving in, we're finally making some money. Let's go ahead and throw down another cemetery over here. Let's throw down a medical center. Throw down a medical center right here. In the commercial area. Let's throw down a fire station. Let's throw down a police station. And we'll do another school. Just an elementary for now. They have a very small range. I forget about that. There we go. 2 elementary schools. We'll educate our citizens. We want a well-educated society. Our cemetery over there has no power yet. It will soon. As we keep expanding in that direction. Which it looks like we will be. Let's go ahead and block out another little commercial area. 4x4x4. Do some more low-density commercial over here. Just like that. There we go. It's already building up. They're having power issues. So what I'm going to do... Oh, perfect. They've already connected. So I did not have to do the sketchy thing I was going to do. I always like that. Electricity availability is low. Again, so we're going to need another power plant. Yet again. Let's see. What can we afford? Let's make it like this. Okay, we can no longer afford any more power plants, so let's hope that's going to keep us out of the hot water for a little while. We have the opportunity for a post office service, which is always nice, but we need to sit and make some money for right now. So, our city has kind of grown up intensely. Damn. That's pretty impressive for a 40-minute long city. What is this? What does this mean? They do not have enough educated workers, so that's alright. The school's gonna make that happen. We just unlocked our 6th milestone, I want to say, which is going to be Busy Town. We've reached a population of 3,600 people. We now have some unique buildings, some oil industry specializations, And I'm not sure. I think I might want to get into oil work. Oil fields make a lot of money. We've unlocked some more roads, decorative grass. We can make things look pretty in this city now. We've unlocked a ton of new roads. We've unlocked bigger buildings for our fire. We've unlocked an oil power plant, restaurant piers, fish farms, more touristy attractions, skyscrapers. I'm excited. I'm excited. Let's see what else. We've not unlocked high-density commercial zone or office yet. But we're going to unlock that at the next milestone at 5,500 people. And with the way we're growing, we're going to have that in no time. And then we're going to need to upgrade all of these roads. Let's check our traffic statistics while I'm on roads. So there's another main street that kind of needs some upgrade, but we'll get to that here shortly. Looks like everybody goes right here and turns left to get to where they need to go instead of going down. Back out of that real quick. Let's bump this speed up a little bit and see what kind of demand we can get going. We need more low-density commercial. My goodness. These people are just commerce hunters. 24 by 10. That's our grid size. And we will build out this grid a little bit more. I know I did big blocks right there, but you know what? It's part of the fun. And we'll just fill this out. Just like this. There we go. Let's zone in. Let's first do our water. We need water for sure. Water and sewage is a must. We're going to need to upgrade that soon. Look at that availability. Just not quite what we need. Alright. Let's make sure we got electricity over here. Perfect. We'll build some houses. Let's do right here on this main street, since it's such a busy street. Commercial actually needs steady traffic to prosper. So what we're going to do is just do some more commercial right there on that main street, and then a bunch of houses behind it. Do some houses next to the cemetery. And again, we're going to block out some area for commercial right here on this main street. Just like that. So you can see we're already popping in commercial. We need to expand our industrial area as well. So that's what this is for. We're going to hop right across the highway and see if we can put down some power poles. Just like that. Expand out this industrial a little bit. You see I've gone with a different grid size on the other side of the highway. (10 by 24 as a matter of fact. And we'll change it up just a little bit just for some variety and diversity. Now, we are going to have to run water over here, so let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Under the roads, as God intended. Nice full coverage of water in this little area, so we'll see how long that takes to pop up. Let's go ahead and speed her up real quick. Should have some industry popping up there any minute now. So yeah, we are now a pretty big, pretty bustling city. I kind of want to expand out and do a little subdivision with some curves in it along this shoreline. I think that'd be pretty nice. What about you? What do you think? I am going to curve this right here for sure. Just like that. I think that looks fine. I mean, it's a grid at the end of the day. It's going to be a grid. Look at that. Alright, we're having some issues over here. We don't have enough educated workers. So how do we fix that? Time. Time is how we fix that. We need time to allow our kindergarten children, our elementary school children to grow up. Do we have high schools unlocked yet? That would be a major help. We're going to need more power. So let's do an oil power plant on this side. Mainly because he's a super polluter there. And there we go. See, we've already got people using this nice dirt road bridge. It's actually made out of wood. I'm not sure I would trust trucks driving across that, to be honest with you. Especially not with that street light sticking up through it like crazy. We've got some abandoned buildings. Give me just a minute. I'm gonna run grab my water. Just enjoy the scenery for a moment. Hold on. We gotta fix this water first. Speaking of, why do we not have water? Ah, we don't have enough availability. So let's add in another one of these. Tie him in. And another one of these. Just like that. That should tide us over for quite a while. There we go. Plenty of water availability now. Alright. We're back at it. Look at this, man. Our city is doing amazingly. I think I'm going to start streaming this more often, honestly. I know it's old. It's an old game now that City Skylines 2 is out, but I haven't got City Skylines 2 yet. I've heard it's pretty buggy at the moment. So I'm going to give it a little while, and then I'll get it, start playing it. But I love this game. Look at that fire. That guy was on it, man. He put it out immediately. A weather radar. Oh, I have natural disasters turned on. This is going to be an interesting run. It's like we're in the middle of a blizzard, which means we are going to need some road clearing, but I don't recall where that's under. We'll do a recycling center somewhere. But I don't want to put it too close to houses. We've got more demand for commercial. So we're just going to zone some more commercial right over here. This will be a whole block of commercial. Sorry about your house. There we go. They're already building it in. That is outstanding. Yep, that road has snow on it, so we need to work on snow removal. Where is snow removal in my menu? Garbage and industry, I doubt it. Where would that be? Probably not in education. Probably not in transport, but maybe. I would think it would have to be in garbage and industry. Post service, unique factories, warehouses, oil industry, ore farming, and forest. It's not in there. We search. Where would that be at? Depot. Could it possibly be in roads and road maintenance? Yep, there it is. Do a snow dump right here. And that'll service our entire city, which is amazing. So now we have snowplows, thank God. And I think that'll be a pretty good place. Yeah, look at them. They're already clearing the road. That's perfect. Big town, 5,500 people. We've unlocked a ton now. So this milestone right here, we now have offices. We have IT clusters. We have commercial, high density, low density. We have high density residential. We have offices, trade school. We have our universities unlocked. Really, really excited about this one. We're going to be able to do a lot with it. Deep space radar, we can see if meteors are coming. Certainly hope they're not, because if they are, I might rage quit. We've unlocked a lot of metro stations. I am definitely excited about this one. But I think this is a good note to go ahead and end on. Thank you for tuning in. I'm out.